And lastly, I'll just say thank you to my partner of 3 years. Thank you for our foundation. I love you. I couldn't do this without you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
What's going on is Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet are engaged. The rings said everything. Not the speeches, not the smiles, not the headlines screaming for attention. The rings. Because the moment fans started slowing down the footage, something felt wrong or maybe too right. A hand placed carefully out of frame, jewelry that hadn't been there before, and a silence that felt louder than any official announcement ever could. If this was nothing, it would have been dismissed instantly. If this was fake, it would have been denied. But instead, nothing. No corrections, no clarifications. Just carefully timed appearances and a growing sense that we weren't supposed to notice what was hiding in plain sight. Then came the moment that shifted everything. A bright stage, a global audience, and Timothée Chalamet choosing a word he never uses lightly. My partner, not girlfriend. Not Kylie, partner. That word doesn't slip by accident. It lands with intention, with weight, with permanence. And when the camera cut to Kylie Jenner, she didn't look shocked. She didn't look caught off guard. She looked calm, composed, almost like someone who already knew the internet would start asking questions she wasn't ready to answer yet. So now the question isn't, are they engaged? The real question is darker. If the rings really did say everything, why is no one saying anything at all? Hollywood has a rule that almost never fails. When something isn't true, it gets shut down fast. A publicist leaks a correction. A source close to the couple clears the air. A quiet denial appears in People or TMZ. But this time, none of that happened. Instead, there was silence. And not the accidental kind, the carefully maintained kind. Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet didn't rush to correct headlines. They didn't laugh off the rumors. They didn't even do what celebrities usually do when gossip gets out of hand, distract the public with something louder. They did nothing. And that's where the suspicion begins. Because Kylie Jenner doesn't lose control of a narrative. She built her entire empire by mastering timing, anticipation, and mystery. Every product drop, every relationship reveal, every pregnancy announcement. Always controlled, always intentional. So when fans began zooming in on her hands, when screenshots started circulating, when people noticed the subtle shift in how she posed, stood, and even waved, it didn't feel like an accident. It felt rehearsed. And then there's Timothée. He's not reckless with words. He's not clumsy in public. His entire career has been built on restraint, on saying just enough and never too much. Which is exactly why that award speech changed everything. When he said, "my partner," it wasn't romantic fluff. It was a declaration wrapped in neutrality. The kind of word you use when you want to acknowledge something serious without opening the door to questions. Because partner isn't about passion, it's about permanence. And permanence terrifies Hollywood. For months, fans had been conditioned to see Kylie and Timothée as an unlikely pairing, a moment, a phase, a curiosity. But suddenly, the tone shifted. They weren't hiding anymore. They weren't loud either. They were existing in that dangerous middle space where secrets often live. And then came the ring speculation. Not a clear shot, not a dramatic reveal, just glimpses. Blurred angles, hands tucked into sleeves, jewelry that appeared, then disappeared. The kind of ambiguity that fuels obsession. Because if you want people to stop talking, you remove the mystery. But if you want them to watch, you leave just enough. And everyone was watching. Timing is everything. And this timing feels intentional. Award season is not just about trophies, it's about image cementing. It's when reputations are locked in. When future roles, deals, and legacies quietly take shape behind closed doors. So why let something this personal hover in the air now? Some fans believe the answer has nothing to do with romance and everything to do with positioning. Kylie Jenner represents modern power, billion-dollar brands. Cultural dominance, a name that doesn't need Hollywood approval to command attention. Timothée Chalamet represents legacy credibility, critical respect, prestige. The kind of actor studios want to build eras around. Together, they are something Hollywood doesn't know how to label. And when something doesn't fit neatly into a category, the industry gets nervous. That's why secrecy matters. An engagement would instantly change how both are perceived. Timothée becomes less of the untouchable auteur heartthrob. Kylie becomes less of the independent empire and more of a future wife in the public imagination. Those shifts don't happen lightly. So if an engagement exists, it wouldn't be announced with fireworks. It would be protected, hidden, controlled, because once it's public, you can't undo the narrative. Look closely at their behavior. They aren't flaunting anything. They aren't denying anything. They're letting the public do the work for them. And that's the most dangerous strategy of all. Because when fans believe they've discovered something themselves, they trust it more. Then there's the body language. The way Timothée stands closer now. The way Kylie no longer performs for the camera. The comfort, the stillness, the absence of chaos. This doesn't feel like a couple in the honeymoon phase. It feels like a couple already past the decision. Which raises a darker question. What if the engagement already happened, and what we're seeing now is simply the aftermath? Not the surprise, not the celebration, but the adjustment. Here, where the story turns unsettling. Because Hollywood secrets don't exist in isolation. They exist for a reason. If Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet are engaged, quietly, privately, intentionally, then the secrecy isn't about fear. It's about control. And control always protects something bigger. Is it about contracts, future film roles, brand partnerships that require ambiguity, a carefully planned reveal tied to something else entirely? Or is it something simpler and more human? What if this is the one thing Kylie wants to keep untouched by spectacle? What if this is the first chapter she refuses to monetize immediately? That possibility is almost more shocking than the engagement itself, because it suggests growth, change, a shift away from performance. And that kind of shift makes people uncomfortable. Fans aren't just reacting to a ring rumor, they're reacting to the idea that this relationship might be real in a way they can't access. No behind-the-scenes posts, no confirmation interviews, no emotional breakdowns on camera, just silence. And silence creates space for imagination to run wild, which is exactly what's happening now. The internet isn't asking if they're engaged anymore. It's asking when the truth will finally surface and what else will come with it. Because when powerful people keep a secret this carefully, it's usually because the reveal isn't just personal, it's disruptive. And when that moment comes, not if, but when, it won't be a whisper. It will be a shockwave. So now we're here, after the pauses, after the glances, after the rings that appeared and vanished, after the word partner echoed across an awards stage and refused to leave the internet's memory. We're left with a question that doesn't need an answer to feel real. Because whether Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet are engaged or not almost doesn't matter anymore. What matters is why this feels different. This isn't a rumor built on paparazzi chaos or tabloid desperation. This is a theory born from silence, and silence is rarely accidental in Hollywood. It's curated, guarded, designed, and if you've made it this far, it's because you felt it too. That moment when something clicks in your gut and you realize you're not just watching a story unfold, you're watching people protect something. So before you scroll, before the next headline distracts you, before the internet moves on to the next scandal, ask yourself this: why hasn't anyone shut this down? No denial, no clarification, no sources close to the couple rushing to clean it up, just space. And space is dangerous, because space lets people see patterns they weren't meant to notice. If this really is a secret engagement, then the reveal won't come through leaks or rumors. It won't arrive wrapped in chaos. It will come when timing, power, and narrative are fully aligned. And when it does, it will rewrite everything we thought we knew about this relationship. But here, where you come in. Because stories like this don't break from announcements. They break from attention. The more people watch closely, the harder it becomes to keep secrets buried. The more eyes on the details, the faster the truth starts leaking through the cracks. So if you notice something others didn't, a gesture, a glance, a moment that felt off, don't keep it to yourself. Drop your theory in the comments. Was it the rings, the timing, the word partner, or the silence afterward that felt louder than any confession? Every comment pushes this conversation further. Every like tells the algorithm this story isn't finished yet. And every subscription means you won't miss the moment when the truth finally surfaces. Because let's be honest, if this really is an engagement hidden in plain sight, The confirmation won't come gently. It will come suddenly, without warning. And by the time it does, the internet will act like the signs were obvious all along. But you'll know better. You'll know there were moments, signals, choices that didn't make sense at the time. And when that final piece drops, whether it's a ring reveal, an interview, or a moment they can't control, this story will change from speculation to history. So stay here, stay watching, stay alert. Because in Hollywood, the most powerful stories aren't told out loud. They wait in the dark until everyone is finally looking.